Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a while since we've got to do this, but today, in the Settler Lantern Archive, we are continuing with the Echo of Ancients. It has been a while, and things have changed a little bit since we've last.
Hello,
Bit.
good to hear from you.
I will end you. Seems Alexa wants to get involved today, but things have changed up. We will be getting to that soon, as we need to get a reminder on what's been going on and what our characters have been up to of late. Luckily, we have a short stack that would like to tell us what's been going on.
I will bite your ankles.
It's all you can reach, Gremlin.
Okay, basically what's been going on is we have been fighting against this never-ending army of blue goblins. As they just keep coming in waves, as magic seems to be continuing to pop more out. Um, we are standing with the Legion in the hopes of Mahaldun not getting completely overrun, as well as we are trying to save our friends. Um, that being said, we have had some run-ins with a couple of their, what's the word that I'm looking for? Military leaders. They normally ends with us getting very much ouchies, but we're still kicking. We're pretty sure Nimona fell out of the sky. There's been a big burst of magic, and we're honestly just fighting with what we got left. We are trying to save our friends.
Alrighty. Our party has been attempting to fight their way through a valley in between some crevices in the plains. It hasn't been the easiest going, but they have been slowly making progress to the spire as to where the rest of their allies are surrounded and in deep trouble. On their way, they went an odd route in an attempt to save what they think may have been Nimona, and the fighting has been getting intense. Now, things are going to look a little bit different as we've had to change up some styles a little bit, but we're catching up with our party about half an hour after we last saw them on the battlefield, as they have cleared another legion out of the way and they are just catching up to the area in which the figure fell out of the sky. Now, we are going to go ahead and join them as they see a mass of goblins surrounding what looks to be the ruined remains of a church. But that's not the thing that stands out. What stands out is the massive wolf that stands guarding the entrance.
And this isn't like a phantasmal wolf. It doesn't look like magical like all the other goblins, is it? It's an actual wolf.
I mean, it's massive,
But it's
as
an
you might be
actual
able to
wolf.
see. Seems to be. It's bright red as well. You see whites along its snout and chest, and there's a bit of red glow to its eyes, and it does not look happy about the approaching horde of goblins, which do not seem happy about it. They seem to be trying to sneak around towards the edges of the church, but this wolf has the only entrance y'all can really see covered, and it is all kinds of pissed off, snapping at things. You've got cliffs off to the right, the edge of a river off to the left, and y'all's remaining forces are ready to push against whatever y'all want to do. For the
It's friend
moment,
shaped.
they
It is
have
very
not
friend
noticed
shaped.
you. However, they it They are vaguely aware of what's going on behind them, but they haven't turned to fully focus on you yet. What would the party like to do? As you can see in the distance, the goblins are trying to press in against the wolf, but there's still a little bit of area in between the wolf and the goblins. The fighting hasn't started just quite yet.
Am I not on the map?
No, you didn't get pulled.
Okay. As long as I'm not crazy.
I mean,
Don't respond to that.
I'm not gonna
All
say
of you should.
When have I ever be quiet? Anyway.
uh,
Okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like at this moment, anyone who's looking at Zamir can see that he looks ready to continue charging after goblins. So,
We get to
with the
save
big
the
wolf
fox.
in the way.
and I
We
feel
gotta
like
save
he
the
would.
fox.
What was that? Sorry.
I said we gotta save the fox. Raven asked, even with the big wolf in the way.
Yeah.
Wait, what
'Cause
fox?
yeah,
'Cause I don't remember a fox being mentioned.
There's just the big red wolf.
yeah.
I meant wolf. I was looking at the word fox.
Um,
Uh,
but yeah,
I haven't
Zamir
used
would
any.
probably also be muttering something about, well, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So,
Let me just check something real quick. Spells. Can't speak with animals. Yes, the casting time for that is 1 action. I'm gonna ask the group if they want me to try to negotiate with the wolf to let them to allow their army to help them defeat the goblins.
I am not going to discourage you from casting Speak with Animals.
All right. Well, then Noman is going to cast Speak with Animals on himself and call out to the massive wolf. Would you like our assistance, noble? Fuck, what's the Latin word for wolf?
lupus, isn't it? No.
Lupus? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lupin.
Lupus.
I think it's Lupin. I think it's Lupin.
Lupus is a
Lupin. Yeah.
disease.
Lupus is
Or
a disease.
Lupine.
Yes.
Lupine, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So Noman will call. Would you like a bit of assistance, noble and large lupine?
As you yell out, you see the 4 goblins just at the front turn to face you, weapons drawn, and they start letting out chittering battle cries as one of the larger goblins takes his great axe and tries to strike at the wolf's snout, it immediately jumping back, and the fight is on as all hell is breaking loose all at once. So
Well, if the wolf has anything to say, I'll be able to understand it.
let us get on the battle map. As I don't need to put those guys on, I just need to put you guys on.
No, you cannot have fruit by the foot, dude.
I want it though.
Why? Yeah, it's fruit by the foot in so long.
Alrighty. So, as the fighting begins, this goblin is going to make a rush this way, trying to get around the wolf, but getting snapped at for their trouble, having to make them stumble away. The wolf is going to lunge forward at this goblin as they try to make an advance. They are going to attempt to bite. That is going to be a hit. It's going to be a total of 20 damage as they rip that goblin clean in half, throwing the body as it dissipates into dust. But that momentary distraction allows this boy to come running up and attack with his great axe, trying to bring it down on the wolf and slamming into its back leg, dealing 7 total damage. As it's not the best hit, but the giant wolf doesn't budge too much, as many would under an attack of this nature. However, the goblins down here have noticed your arrival and are coming rushing forward towards the hobgoblin. They're going to rush forward with their short sword and take a swing that is going to be a 15, which fortunately for the hobgoblin is going to clink off their shield. Farley, what would you, the sorcerer, and the legionnaires like to do?
Okay. Well. Oh wow! Wow, I did not expect to actually roll. It's weird seeing me roll good initiative. All right, Farley is going to start by shooting an Eldritch Blast at this one over here.
Which one? The one in front? Gotcha.
Let's see. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna cast Hex on it.
Gotcha.
He's
Do note all concentration spells would have ended from last combat by this point.
Oh yeah, no, he hasn't used any concentration spells yet.
That was more pointed at the others.
Ah, got it. All right, so that guy is hexed, and should add hex damage on my next attack.
Which I think Zamir's hex has ended.
Right, and Eldritch Blast.
Or Hunter's Mark, whatever he had. That is going to
17.
get a solid hit, whirling them around as the bolt slams into the shoulder. Do me some damage.
That's 4, and the hex damage is a 1.
It's a decent amount of damage. But you can see necrosis spreading over the shoulder, but this goblin is on the level. He is whipping back around, getting his shield up to stop a follow-up blow from the hobgoblin. These goblins are not to be trifled with.
All right. Next I'm going to have the legionary. I'll have this legionary move forward and make an attack.
Gotcha.
Since it's because of pack tactics, it gets advantage because it's next to it because of its ally.
The legionnaires do not have pack tactics.
Oh, they don't. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of the
Dragon
guys.
shields.
Right,
Yeah,
like
they
that.
had it. And the
22 still
sorcerers
hits.
have it. Yes, it does. That is going to be
That's
5 damage.
5.
Do note the legionnaires have multi-attack. Going for the bash. That is unfortunately going to meet as he meets the shield of the kobolds with his own bashing back and negating the blow.
All right, I'm going to have this legionary move over here and take an attack.
That is going to hit,
That's 10 piercing damage.
which is going to take them as they too fall to dust.
Okay, it was I think it was right here if I remember correctly. So it's 1, 2, 3.
Maybe
Question: is this field still 10 feet or 5 feet?
normal feet?
Okay, so I'm gonna have to move over here and attempt to shield bash on this one.
He's already used 2 attacks.
No, I only hit
that's the
him.
other
I
one.
only used the
Sorry, yeah, you're good.
shield bash.
That
was
is
13 hit?
going to miss.
Okay, well that's that legionary. I'm gonna have my sorcerer then go next, and oh, right, I forgot to move Farley, so I was gonna move Farley over here, and the sorcerer's gonna move here, and is gonna use bolt. It's got 2. Yeah, one of the Cobalt allies within 5 feet, so this one does have pack tactics, so chromatic bolts. I'll probably just do acid damage.
Okay, and you're doing against the one in front of the Legionnaire?
Yeah.
Okay, that is going
Second
to
one.
hit, doing some serious
That-
damage.
And that one is a crit, so another 15 damage.
Alrighty, that is going to kill him outright.
All right, that's all my guys' turns.
That is going to bring us to this guy who sees y'all are making waves, so he is going to be dashing this way, taking a horn off his belt and blowing it. You hear it echo through the area as you see one of the archers takes aim and takes a shot at the wolf, the arrow nudging in right behind the great wolf's ear, doing more damage. Actually, that's even more damage than that, as they had advantage. So additional 1 damage for a total of 10. Bringing us to this guy who's going to run up on this legionnaire, sword held at the ready, and he is going to go for a swish. That is a 24, getting behind the shield and dishing out a total of 6 piercing damage. Against that leading legionnaire. Blue.
Right, sorry, I forgot to minus the damage. What was the damage again?
6. Alrighty. That is then going to bring us to this one over here, who is also going to come running this way, trying to flank the wolf, trying to jump on them and stab with their small swords. That is going to be a 15, which is not going to be enough to hit.
Oh, I found it. Oh, I'm not muted.
Which brings us to this one, who is also stepping forward to take a large shot with his great axe, bringing it down and bouncing off. Brings us to this warrior, who's rushing in against this legionnaire. That is a 20 to stab, dishing out another 6 damage against this leading legionnaire. The sniper up on the ridge has a target. They are going to take aim and try to shoot that leading legionnaire. That is going to be a 22. Hitting for a total of 15 damage as that legionnaire gets caught right in the side of the neck. As I think that is going to bring him down. As he collapses under the assault. Brings us to this guy who's running forward against the hobgoblin. Taking a swish with their sword for a 16. I believe that misses. It does. This one is going to try to flank, going in for a stab. That is going to be a 20, getting a good shot in for 7.
7 damage.
Yep.
He's
Against the
down.
wolf.
Oh, the wolf. Sorry, I thought you were still talking about the hobgoblin for some reason.
Nope.
I apologize.
So they're coming in. That's going to miss Lila. You and the dragon shields are up.
Sorry, I'm in my own world. So now that 10 feet is what we're looking at here.
5.
So dragon shields have 5 feet. So
Back to normal. So
do they
4 squares.
have 4 squares? Okay. Alrighty. We'll go 5, 10. We'll move here. And then move there. We'll use these guys first. Oh, thank you, Roll20, for closing that sheet. It's really nice of you. Sorry, it closed my whole thing down. So we can do spear attacks. attacks on them. Nope. Nope.
That is going to miss. That is also going to miss.
All right, then the other one will go. Oop.
Where are
She
they attacking,
hit.
by the way?
So we're gonna go with this. I was going to that one. Let's go for this one right here in front of the hobgoblin.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because they're just
It's going
these
to hit
two.
with a crit,
So we'll go for him.
dealing a total of 10
Okay, and then
damage.
he gets one other attack,
Yep.
maybe, if it'll roll.
Crits again. As he's really going in as he lays down that goblin.
Yeah. Are we able to go under these trees for Lila's movement?
Yes, they are rough terrain, though.
Okay. Well,
They would not be enough to really give much in terms of cover, though.
I'm not that worried about cover. I'm trying to think of where I want to go. 15. She's gonna go stand in front of the scout and yes. Really low on spells. So we'll go on this guy here.
Gotcha. That is a wisdom save, which he is going to get a 17. Having him save as the bells do not toll for him today.
That's basically all I can do unless I don't want to heal people at any point. So that's it.
Alrighty, that'll bring us to Chiron.
Okay. Oop, I'm on the wrong tab. Can I? Ha! You're in range. Steady aim on this one.
Yeah! Get that
Ready.
advantage.
There it is. I was like, I just had it.
Party wants this done, apparently. So that's going to be a crit.
Apparent. Oh, that did not roll sneak attack. Oh no, momentum. Sneak.
As that's going to get him right in the eye, and he's going to fall. As y'all are clearing out some of that lesser fries pretty quickly.
Alrighty.
Small fries
And
are
then
falling.
yes. And then the archers. I can't move. Uh what is you guys got short bows, so this one over here is gonna steady aim at that one.
Gotcha.
Right here. Boop. 15.
He is going to manage to block it with his shield, the arrow quivering in the front of it, nearly breaking completely through the wood, but stopping a couple inches from where it would do damage.
Okay. The other one is going to attack this one.
Gotcha.
Also steady aiming.
That, however, is going to break through, getting it through before he can get his shield up, dishing out.
Da, 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 da.
It's in the sniper ability.
Yeah.
11 total damage. Should get a pretty good shot in on him.
Is it?
Alrighty. That is going to bring us to this guy. As he can see, problems are going on over here, so he is sprinting off this way. As is his compatriot, getting right in front of Lila. That brings us to Zamir and the hobgoblins.
Okie dokie. I am now zooming in for this, so. Zamir will run up here, go here to flank, and I no longer have any spells. So I won't currently cast Hex, but I will use a rapier attack on this wounded goblin that I am flanking.
Gotcha. Get that flank. That's going to hit. Dishing out 5 damage and bringing him to the ground. The rapier
Ooh.
catching him full in the chest, spearing through him completely before you yank it out, and the dust begins to exude from his body before it completely falls apart.
Cool. Zamir is going to use his last bit of movement to run forward, and I don't have any bonus actions I currently want to do for Zamir. So, do we still have the options of switching out
No, you are
groups?
much
Okay.
too far away from reinforcements at the moment.
Okay. That is what I had presumed, but I want to double check. In which case, this wounded hobgoblin here is going to step back a bit and use his action to put away his sword and shield, and his free action to take out his bow and arrow.
Gotcha.
But that does mean he is unable to make any attacks this round. And he loses 2 from his AC
Yes.
for removing the shield. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. This hobgoblin here has a movement of 30 as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ah, there we go. He can get right here next to Lila and use an action to attack with a one-handed long sword against the motherfucker in front of him.
Gotcha.
And it miss.
That is unfortunately going to miss.
And oh well. Well, that is Zamir and the hobgoblin's turn.
That is going to bring us to this guy as he is running down this way to join the battle to the south, leaving the heavier infantry to deal with that big wolf. That is going to be a 24 against that hobgoblin as they slash out, dishing out 8 damage to the hobgoblin.
You said 8 damage?
Yep. It's going to bring us to the sniper, who's taking aim at the wolf. That's 13. Gonna miss. Snowman. You and the scouts, what you up to?
Scout Sealer. I only see the one.
Yeah, you lost the other one at some point.
Well, Noman will take a shot at the goblin next to the hobgoblin. To the left of it.
Gotcha. That
14.
unfortunately is going to be a miss.
Dang. And my scout. Is there anything I can give him advantage with? Could he hide in the bushes next to the hobgoblin and then attack?
You would need to go out of range of the hobgoblin. Or no, if you go up
Not
and
covered,
south, you could try.
Like I'm thinking, like if I go use my bonus action to hide in these bushes like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then go up and attack
Do remember the
goblin from
bushes
behind.
are difficult terrain.
So that.
And stealth is half
so-
movement anyway, so you'll be moving very slow.
Hmm. But I think I would be able to get at least to here if I did this, right?
I mean, if you stealth at the end, you wouldn't be able
Okay,
to
that
stealth
gives it-
till you already get there.
Okay, perfect. So I can go here, bonus action, hide, and then attack the goblin, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is what I shall do, so I have advantage.
Do note it will have advantage on seeing you since you just stealthed. If you attack, stealth, and then wait for next turn to come out of stealth, he won't have that advantage.
Okay. So I will stab him in the back, or attempt to at least.
Okay.
Or slash him in the back with my scimitar.
You're going to crit,
Nice.
didn't need advantage.
Where is the attack? There we go. So that's 14. Then I'm going to use my bonus action to hide in these bushes.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll that stealth.
18.
Let's see if he sees you. We'll see how that goes. Anything else from Noman?
That's all I can do.
Alrighty. Brings us back to the top of the initiative order as the wolf tries to hold on up there, arrow sticking out of their pelt. They are unable to grab the wolf in front of them with a bite as the two manage to grab onto their teeth, trying to push them back, but the wolf is able to break free for a moment, but it does fail in its attack, opening it up from a axe from that cleaver right in front of them. That's going to be a 19, which is going to slam down, doing 8 damage. That'll bring us to Farley. If you're speaking, you're muted.
They were server muted, it looks like.
They were server muted because there was background noise. I unserver mute them.
Gotcha.
Blue?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you now.
Sorry, something about this was going on in the background. All right. I'm going to reapply Hex onto the one over here.
You need to make sure to put concentration in your
Oh, it's the
token.
country. Oh, dang it! I thought I applied it.
Mm-mm.
Where's the book? Oh, there's the book.
You can just
There we
type
go.
blue
Right.
book. Or book. It'll show all 4 of them.
Alrighty, Hex is reapplied to that guy. Going for Eldritch Blast.
That is unfortunately going to miss.
Yes. All right. Then I'm gonna have.
Oh, before you finish your turn, Farley, you do hear the sound of approaching goblins coming from behind the group.
Oh balls. Yeah, we need to move fast. All right. I'll move my legionary. I'm gonna move my legionary over here and have him take a strike at this guy.
Gotcha. That is going to hit. As you slash through the top of his thigh, dishing out a total of 6 damage. Second one is going to hit as well.
All right. Gotta do the saving throw, or else they go prone.
Yep. That is a 2. He is going to go prone.
All right. And as much as that, I'm sure this guy's gonna be dead next turn, so I'm gonna move my sorcerer over here. And actually, no, wait, yeah, no, yeah, prone means. So I'll have him take the chromatic blast at the injured one over here.
Gotcha.
First shot.
That is
It's
going to hit, and it is
for
going to
8.
kill.
All right, and second attack is going to be at this guy over here.
Gotcha. That is
That
going to
misses.
miss as it slams. It goes right over their head, them having only just dodged an attack from the hobgoblin.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. That is going to bring us to one of the snipers who is continuing their assault on the wolf. They are going to get a shot just under the eye, getting in a really good shot for a crit. That is going to be 8, 10, 12 damage against the wolf. As you can see blood streaming through their fur. This one is going to kick the dead kobold out of the way as they advance and take a shot at that legionnaire. That is going to be a 13, which misses. This one's going for the wolf. 15, that misses. Spine cleaver. 10, that misses. Sniper, you are going for the hobgoblin who's poked his head out. He is going to crit. Hobgoblin is going to take 19 damage as that arrow slams into his throat. Zebedee?
Sorry. This hobgoblin, I'm presuming.
Yes, the one up front.
Okay. How much damage?
19.
He's down.
As he takes that arrow and collapses. Bringing us to one of the other warriors up front who are trying to bring down the wolf. That's another miss. The issue here is that dearest scout, something has appeared from the bushes as they are lunging out at you, having been next to you when you hid. That is not who I want. As they are going to lash out with their own scimitar. That is going to be an 18 for a total of 10 damage. No. So there's 10 damage to that scout. Bringing us to another one of the goblins dealing with the wolf as they are going to strike for a 21, getting 6 piercing. Shall see this wolf is getting torn up by the goblins. Lila. Oh, also this guy tries to hide again. So if you want to try to attack him, tell me and we'll roll stealth.
Not really what Lila's focused on. She's gonna have this guy go 5, 10 to here, and 5, 10 go here, and they're gonna try and hit this guy. We'll start with the one without flanking. I
Gotcha.
think flanking affects them.
That's going to miss.
Oh, it sucked.
That's also going to
That
miss.
sucked. With flanking,
17, it's going to
17.
hit.
Wait, and I'll do it again.
It's going to hit as well. As he's having trouble
So
dealing
for
with the
8.
horde of enemies around him.
And then I guess keep doing what we're doing. Well, same what a shitty roll. Same guy.
Alrighty, let's see what wisdom got. That's a 3.
We're gonna go.
So he's going to take 4
Is
damage.
Is this square specifically difficult terrain, or is
No,
this
it's
out
safe.
of the trees enough?
It's safe.
Safe. Okay, so we're gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We're gonna start going to the wolf, and that'll be our turn.
Gotcha. That is going to bring us to this guy who is going to burst from the foliage, getting in behind y'all and starting to lash in against this archer. That is going to be a 19 to hit, dealing a total of 17 damage against that archer, as he gets in a really good shot as the archer did not see him coming in.
You bet.
That'll bring us to Chiron. Chiron, you can still hear the goblin advance coming up behind y'all. They are not far off now.
Yep. Main issue is the fact that backline's about to get fucked. Bonus action, steady aim on the one that just came out
Gotcha.
and attacked my archer. The bitch. Where? That is my short sword. I keep going down too far. That would be the problem.
That is going to hit.
Do I have sneak attack? That would be the issue. Okay.
Skull speed. 13 damage, getting in a good shot against them, piercing one of their lungs most likely, as it gets in between one of the ribs.
Alrighty. This archer over here is going to steady aim at that dude, try and take him down.
That is going to hit. 9, that is going to bring him down.
Alrighty. This guy is going to fall back a little bit with things coming forward, and then is going to go after that goblin that is bloodied.
Gotcha. That is going to hit. 9 more damage, as he too collapses.
And that is my turn.
Well, will bring us to this guy who's stepping up into the way of this dragon shield, slashing out with his sword. That is a 21. That is going to hit for 8 damage against that dragon shield. Zamir.
Alrighty. Samir's gonna go here to flank that motherfucker. And I need to read that after this turn. Rapier attack him with flanking.
Get him. That is going to be a 15, which is going to miss.
Okay. Well, this hobgoblin back here is going to. He's down, so that would be disadvantage. This guy over here, is he hidden?
He's stealth, so make a perception check to see if y'all can see him still. I left him on the map just so y'all remember he's there. Somewhere.
Oh, that's just passive. How do I roll perception for the hobgoblins?
Wisdom. Just a wisdom
Just
check.
wisdom?
Mhm.
Okay. 11.
He does not see him.
Alright, in that case, he's gonna go for the one with longbow arrow, go for the one that Zamir just tried to attack.
How many people does he have in between? Does he have disadvantage? No, he's good.
Okay. So there's no negate to damage?
Nope.
Okay, good.
But that's still a 10, which misses.
Yeah, alright. That is Zamir and the hobgoblin's turn.
Bringing us to this warrior who didn't die somehow, so he's going to get back up. And, he didn't like the guy with a shield, so he's going to shank him. which is that is a 17, which he is going to get a good shot in, catching him over the shoulder for 6 damage.
Who was that to?
The Legionnaire
Okay.
on the front line. Blue.
Huh?
The Legionnaire took 6 damage.
Oh. Right. I keep forgetting which characters I'm controlling.
That's why I keep poking
Okay.
at you.
Okay. Legionnaire, 6. 15 now.
There you go. Which brings us to the sniper over here as they are laying into this wolf. That is going to be a 22 catching a hit for 13 damage. Which brings us to Noman and the Scout. Excuse me. There's a lot
Which
pulling
one?
here.
Which one did that arrow hit?
The wolf.
Okay.
All right, Noman will move up a little bit.
Since y'all probably care about this thing's HP, I will actually show it to you.
I do
This-
care quite a bit, actually.
Me too. Me too.
Just to be
Mhm.
spicy, Noman's gonna go over here to get flanking with this Legionnaire. He's gonna thrust with his rapier.
That is going to
Damn
be a
it.
10, which misses.
And is my scout hidden right now?
I think so.
Excellent.
I don't
he's
think you
gonna
rolled
stab-
stealth, but
I did roll stealth though, like last time.
did you? I don't remember seeing it.
It was an 18.
Oh, yeah, then he's still stealth. Just remember to put the token on him. He's currently stealth, yes. He's not stealth from the guy standing next to him,
Ah,
which is the problem. I think the guy he's stealth from is dead.
yeah. Well, he's gonna come up and try to help me with dealing with that guy. I just try to
Gotcha.
stab.
He will not have stealth when he breaks that
Bush line.
bush, yeah.
That's fine.
He does take the attack of opportunity against the guy next to him, though.
No, he doesn't.
Alright, he has the no thing.
Crafty.
Yep.
So,
It's a 9 that is going to miss.
Dang it.
As his goblin gets turned around just in enough time to try to shield bash that scimitar out of the kobold's hand.
Wait, did he just disarm me?
No, he tried to, but he just deflected the blow.
Okay.
Flavor text.
Well, that's all I can do right now.
Alrighty. That brings us to the second round as the goblins from down under are arriving. Alrighty. So the first one to arrive is one of the goblins who is going to come running up on to the field, and they are going to take a shot at Farley. That is going to be a 10 as Farley manages to duck the blow. A second goblin comes running up behind, going for Chiron. It is going to be a 12. Also, ducks the blow. The wolf is doing their best to hold their ground, going for another bite. That is a 12, unfortunately, as they are going to miss, allowing another clean shot for the axe wielders. It is a 23, dishing out 10 damage. The wolf is looking a bit hurt at this point. That brings us to Farley. Farley, you've got trouble. Goblin reinforcements are arriving.
Farley kind of seems to smile when the reinforcements arrive as he activates his demon form.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's an 8. That he gets 10 temp HP. Let me just double check this thing to make sure I'm remembering it correctly. Yeah, deal that. All right. As his horns grow, his skin turns blood red, and he's going to use shocking grasp on the goblin next to him.
Gotcha. They're not wearing leather, or not wearing leather. They're not wearing metal, so you don't have advantage, but you don't need it. That's going to hit. 8 lightning, and he loses reaction.
Yes, and he needs to make a DC 13 Wisdom save.
Roll the ability. When you hit a creature with attack roll. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was just a weapon attack or anything, which I didn't think it was. But that is an 18, as he doesn't give a fuck what you look like.
Hmm.
He just tries to
I
stab
kind
you
of
in
just
the groin.
nod. I kind of just nod and stay, and I'll stay here. I yell for the others to start moving forward.
That is going to be as another goblin comes sprinting onto the field, getting up over here, going for the kobold archer. See if this one is any better than his buddies and can actually hit somebody. That is a 2. No, he cannot. But more worrisome is the assassin that comes flying out of the brush on this side, trying to go for that same individual. That is an 18, dishing out much lower damage this time for only 9 against that archer. The sniper up front, still trying to lay into the wolf. That's a 15, that's going to miss. They're going to swing on the wolf. That is a 22, getting 3 damage in. Which brings us to another one of the goblins who comes running up to surround this archer. Oh, nope, come on. Switch layers, please. There you go. He's going to swing on the archer. It's going to be a 13. They can't hit worth a dang. That is going to bring us to this guy who wants 16, getting a hit in. 7 more damage to the wolf. Sniper is going to take a shot at Zamir. Zamir is pushing forward, getting a crit. As the arrow sticks into his hide, dishing out a total of 12 damage to Zamir. Zamir, you get hit in the back. That brings us
And
this guy. Oh, yep.
sorry, interception does not work. You cannot use
No.
interception on yourself. Okay,
Gotta be
that's what
somebody else.
I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
As another assassin comes rushing out of the wood after the scout. Going for a blow from behind, getting an 18 and dishing out 6 damage against that scout. This one is going to stealth this way. And they are going to attack Farley. Farley, I need a perception check real quick.
Sure. Perception.
You see him just as he's lunging out, just barely being able to get out of the way. He is then, however, going to stealth back into the undergrowth. That is going to bring us to this guy who's still stabbing at the dog up here. That is going to be another hit for 4 damage. Bringing us to Lila and the Dragon Shields. What you gonna do?
Oh, we're gonna do something really smart. Dragon shields. We are gonna try and knock this guy first. So we'll go with a boop and a boop and
Both of those are
miss.
gonna
This
miss.
guy will step up and He's also going to try and boop and boop.
That's going to
boop,
crit.
and
And a
boop.
20. Both of those are going to hit. 6
I like the
damage.
dichotomy of just rolling, all over the place.
I feel that. As you were going to do some
So
decent
just,
damage, getting in some blows from behind.
all right. Is this right here difficult terrain? It's marked
No,
like
that's
funny
just
on the map. I don't know. Okay.
it looks like pavement. It was originally part of something else, but now it's just kind of stone.
Okay. Then 5, 10, 15. We're going to come over here. We will probably flip this guy off and we're going to reach out and touch that wolf.
Gotcha.
Where are you? Oh my gosh, I'm blind. We're going to just go for a second level on this to try and give it some juice.
That is going to be
And
10 more points. Oh,
I have a hero point, so I'm going to re-roll that because that was really not great. It just hurt my feelings a bit that it was so bad.
understandable.
So hopefully it's higher than 10 this time.
That is
Okay,
going to be
much better.
15.
All right. And ow, that really hurt. And we don't really have much else we can do right now except kind of just hang out here with our new friend.
Gotcha. And you hear them yelp in pain as you press your hand to them, backing off a little bit, but not being able to go too far with the surrounding goblins being a problem. Chiron. There are still more goblins yet to come. They are on the way.
I see. You bitches.
Healing's painful because it's the reknitting of your flesh together.
No, I'm aware of that. I just was worried that it was one of those that it
No.
ended up actually not healing. So I was worried for a sec. So, okay.
No, it did
Thank you.
heal them. It just hurt in a different way than getting stabbed. And they weren't ready for it. Because you
That's
did, I pet you. Ow! Painful pets.
What
Painful
she said,
pet.
Brad.
So, quick question: when can my sorcerer go?
Oh, did I miss you?
No, you did my stuff, and then you went to the other goblins.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, go ahead with sorcerer.
Yeah.
Just
Go
missed
ahead with
him.
your horse.
And the legionary.
Okay. Oh,
Just missed
okay.
him.
I'll just get them out of the way now. They're probably not gonna matter too much, but I just didn't want to miss their turns. All right, Gladius and the guy over here. That's a 9 that misses. Heal bash. That's a 16.
16, that is going to hit. He is dead.
Sweet. Okay. Legionary will just move over here and end his turn, and this sorcerer is gonna just start taking shots at this guy.
It's going to miss.
Got
That's going to hit.
For 9 damage.
That's going to kill.
Okay. They'll move here and end turn. Okay, that's all.
Gotcha. Chiron. Sorry about that.
No, you're totally fine. I'm okay with making sure Blue had them go. Okay. Well, I'm going to switch to my short sword.
Short sword, baby. Short sword.
Okay, if it would let me look through things so that I can find what I'm looking for. Knife. Okay, let's name knife. As I am going to bonus action steady aim. I think I can do that. Yes, I can. As I'm gonna stab a bitch.
Oh, it's going to hit. Which one are you hitting? The one south or the one north?
The one south.
Gotcha.
Or, yeah.
15 total damage, getting him right in the throat as he goes down.
Stab it. This archer is going to switch to their They're going to switch to their dagger. And they are also going to with a nope, they're specific or
There's a specific to them being ranged.
well, their
Their
steady aim
is
isn't. Their sniper isn't. Their sniper is, but I'm still gonna steady aim.
their steady aim would also be the same. Where it won't work with
Then you need to change the wording on that.
is it written on them? Don't see
Not
it.
at all. It says as a bonus action, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll at on the current turn.
Am I looking at the wrong sheet? Oh yeah, I am looking at the wrong sheet. That's why they're good.
Okay. Oh, like it definitely specifically states with the sniper, but
Yeah, I read. I
I'll
was
still
reading the
take
wrong
the
thing.
advantage.
Yeah. What's gonna hit?
Damn.
4 damage.
And then this bloodied one is getting fucking sick and tired of these goddamn assassins and is gonna do the same thing.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
Dip.
Alrighty.
That's all that can be done.
Well, we'll bring us to Zamir and the Hobgoblin.
Sweet. Zamir's gonna yell back to Chiron. Can I go fuck up the goblins by the big wolf?
Go fuck them up.
Yeah, he's going to run. Definitely didn't intend to sound like a little kid asking parent for permission, but just asking for tactics wise, and that sort of happens. So, you know.
That's just kind of Zamir.
Yeah, it very much is. Well, Samir is going to get a level of exhaustion because he's going to bonus action Hex the goblin that he is sandwiching.
Gotcha.
What round is it?
Currently round 3.
Okay. All right, I will add the exhaustion in a second. What do I add on here for exhaustion again? Was it that guy?
The tired gray dude. Yeah.
Okay.
Then put a 1. So you have 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh, hold on. Let me redo. There we go. And he is going to use a rapier attack.
That is going to be a 17, which is going to hit.
Ooh. Add the hex damage and the roll. Alright, 6 damage, but at least it's damage.
Damage is damage is damage.
Yep. That is it for Zamir's turn. For the hobgoblin question, putting away a shield or taking out a shield takes an action, but putting up regular weapons does not, correct?
It takes an object interaction, but I let you do it once for free. Well, it's
Okay.
not free, it's your object interaction, so effectively free.
Yeah.
So
So
you
to
switch
put
out
up
your weapon,
the...
pull out your sword.
Okay, great. Then he's gonna do that. Switch from the bow and arrow, longbow to just the sword for the moment, since he doesn't have a spare action for that, and two-hand longsword attack the motherfucker in front of him.
Gotcha. That is going to be a 14, which misses as he gets his shield up in time, going for a stab at the hobgoblin's gut, but he manages to parry it just in time.
Okay. That is it for Zamir and the Hobgoblin.
That will bring us to some snipers, as they've got some no prey. As Zamir looks like he's going to be a problem, so they're going to keep laying into him. It's going to be a 14, which misses. Noman, you and the scout.
Alright. I will attempt to go over here. My scout will go over here, and we're gonna try to double team this stupid goblin. And where is it? Rapier.
That's
There
gonna
you
hit.
go. For 8 damage from him, and he's gonna scimitar. That's
11 damage. That's gonna miss, or 11 to hit.
Ah, dang it. All right, that's all I can do.
Alrighty. That will bring us to the start of this round. Is this guy's gonna keep going after Farley? He's got flanking, so that is going to be a crit. Dishing out 11 damage to Farley.
Ow.
Farley. I need a Constitution save. See if you keep concentration.
All right, let me double check. Wait a few minutes. Do I have? Yes, I have Warcaster and Con saves. Okay, so I have advantage.
Gotcha. That is a 10, so only just you're keeping it. The wolf's going to up here try to grab somebody. That is going to be a 16, just barely getting to the guy to the south, getting him by the neck and slamming him to the ground. He is going to disappear into dust. This guy is going to whip around and try to level Zamir, get him off his back. That is going to be a 12, which misses. Farley, you and the Sorcerer and the Legionnaire.
All right, I'll keep having my people move forward, but Farley is going to move over here. He'll take the attack of opportunity if if the goblin decides to hit him.
He is going to take that. That is going to crit.
Yeah. All right.
That is going to be a lot of damage because he's doing it out of stealth, so he gets a sneak attack. That is going to be 11, 18, 27 damage. As he gets you in the small of the back.
Okay, Farley's at 1 health.
Need that concentration check. I think it's a 14 to beat.
It's
13.
rounded down, so 13.
It's going to make it with 17. But Farley is
All right.
in some trouble.
Yeah,
But this
I
guy's
wasn't
stealth has
expecting
been
them.
broken.
I wasn't expecting them to bloody crit. All right. I look back at the one that hid. I'll recast Hex on them choosing Dex.
Gotcha. Not that.
Probably not gonna matter much. I've only got like 1 or 2 spell slots left, so I'm going to cast Arms of Adar around me to hit these 3.
Gotcha. What's the range on Hardar? Roll the description.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, all 3 of them get caught. So let's see.
It's
That's
no
gonna
damage.
be each creature. Wait.
I'm using a hero point. I'm rerolling the damage.
Okay. A failed save. In creature in that area. I thought it said each creature that enters that area. Alrighty, the assassin's gonna succeed. Both of the warriors are gonna fail. There's gonna be 4 damage to each of them.
I love this spell, but I can never roll above like a 7 on it.
Alrighty, as these warriors are pretty battered.
All right, that's Farley's turn. He's probably going down next turn.
Alrighty, then the sorcerer
All right.
and the legionnaire.
Legionnaire, I'll have him move up. Actually, I'll send the Legionnaire over here to deal with this guy.
That is
17.
gonna hit.
7.
Gotcha.
And Shield Bash.
17 is gonna hit. 6
For another 6 damage.
Bring him down.
Sweet. Okay, I'll have my Legionnaire move here and end his turn. As for the Sorcerer, I'm gonna start going after these goddamn archers. 60 feet. Question: how high is this cliff?
30 feet.
Crap. Oh, which means I gotta put him there. He's gonna be exposed. Actually, I'll try and put him over here. See if I can use the tree as cover.
The tree is not thick enough to be used as cover.
Dang. All right. Never mind. Never mind. I might as well see if I can get rid of these guys then. Plus, I'll get advantage on the attacks. All right. So my guy's gonna move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here behind the cart, and I'm gonna have him take a shot at
Do note that
this
cart
guy.
is not actually standing. It is an ancient cart and has long since fallen. If that changes where you're going to go.
Not really.
Okay. That is
That
going to be
misses.
an 8. So that's going to miss. Actually, it's probably 13.
And
Misses. It's going to be 11. Also
that
misses.
Damn. All right. That's my turns.
Alrighty. That will bring us to this guy who is going to take a shot at that archer, trying to bring him down before they can get to their own archers. It's going to be a crit fail. This guy is going to dip this way, trying to get the advantage, drawing a dagger. It's a 17 and a 15, so both of those are going to cut into him, dishing out a total of 9 damage to that archer. Snipers up here, they're going to take a shot at the wolf. It's an 11, that's going to miss. This guy is going to try to take down this archer that he is fighting with. That is a 12. He is going to miss. As more of the reinforcements are arriving. As this one's going to run up and attack Chiron.
Yes. Attack the tiny angry tiefling.
They're going to get a good shot, spearing through your shoulder, doing 6 damage.
In that case, they are going to taste my wrath.
Hellish Rebuke.
Yes.
That's
Eat
going to be a
fire,
6. He is going to fail. A lot of damage. He's dead. Oop, I just launched myself across the map. That is going to bring us to this guy who's still trying to bring down the wolf. Here comes the axe. That's going to be a good hit, dishing out 14 total damage. As they get a good blow, Sniper is going to take aim at the advancing mage. That is going to be a 16, which hits, dishing out a total of 7 damage against that sorcerer. Excuse me. Blue.
What?
The sorcerer just got shot for 7 damage.
Oh, crap. I didn't even hear that.
As another goblin comes rushing in, this one going for the hobgoblin. It's going to be a 12. They can't hit worth a dang. This one's going for the wolf. That's an 8. Assassin. Which assassin is this? This one is he is going to dive this way, trying to get a jump on that legionnaire.
Hey, it's got disadvantage on stealth checks.
Yeah. But that is a 20 and a 17. Dishing out a total of 8 damage against the legionnaire as he hits with a scimitar and a dagger. Bringing us to this guy who's going for the wolf. 9, he's going to miss. More people on the advance party. So he's going to come running up this way and go for the archer. That is a 19. One of these guys finally hit for 6 damage against that back archer.
Rude.
And that brings us to Lila and the Dragon Shields.
Yeah, Lila wants to know where are reinforcements, and she's going to yell, Farley, if you die, I'm going to kill you myself, and use one of her last 2 remaining spells and try and give Farley some health.
I think I'm out of range.
Nope, 60 feet.
You are within 60 feet of me. I already checked. You're 55 feet away. Take the 5
Yeah.
HP.
Okay.
So sorry, that's what you get. And she doesn't have a lot left in her life at this point. But to be annoying, she is going to walk over here. And then dragon shields, we're gonna go 5, 10. And first guy's gonna try and hit this guy. So once
What's going to hit?
and twice. I think
Who's
only
the
the
dragon
first one
shield
hit
hitting?
him. This guy.
There's nobody
Right
there.
here.
He's dead.
Is he still? Oh, he's not X'd out. I thought he was still alive.
Yeah, it's because I deleted him from the map. He's not actually there.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I didn't know. So then he's still showing on mine. We're able to step over the dead bodies, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing if they're still there. So then we'll say went 5, 10, 15, and we'll go for this
First one's
guy
going to hit 2
instead.
damage. Yep.
Okay. And then 5, 10, 15. We're going to go 20 here and then try with this guy once and twice.
Second one's going to hit.
Go for 7 more.
Gotcha.
And that's all we got. I will refresh.
Alrighty, that's going to bring us to this guy. He's going to try to bring down this archer. That is going to be a 10. He's going to miss, bringing us to Chiron and the archers.
Chiron is going to disengage. They're very, very pissed off. Stop beating up on my squishy. I'm
Only
just gonna
Chiron can beat up the squishy, right?
pretty much. Only I'm allowed to beat up on Farley. So I'm going to stab him.
That is going to hit.
That one.
He's
10.
dead.
And then I've still disengaged, so gonna go up to this motherfucker, and I'm going to pull out my second short sword, and I'm gonna use a bonus action.
Didn't you bonus action disengage?
Oh shit, yes I did. Well, I'm still pulling out the other one. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use all 5 of my hero points to take another turn.
Fair.
In which case, I am going to stab with my main hand.
That is going to hit. Oh. Hang on.
What's up?
I need to look at the wording of sneak attack.
If I don't get sneak attack, it's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm double checking. I just didn't think about it. Once per turn, you get another turn, so it's a different one, so you get sneak attack.
Okay.
So 12 damage. He is going to go down.
Then gonna stomp my happy ass back over here and stab this one with my offhand.
Gotcha.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary pals, is why we do not piss off the tiny tiefling rogue.
It's also going to hit.
Okay, so this is my offhand, so it's only gonna be a D6.
4 damage. She's still standing.
Okay, that is all I can do.
Gotcha.
It took every single hero point I had, but don't touch my squishy.
Well, it's not. Because you have archers.
You're right. You're right. Sorry. No, I've got to take their turn. You're right.
So I was about to skip
The
them.
archers. Huh. I was so focused on Chiron fucking beating ass. This archer right here is going to steady aim and stab the bloodied one.
Gotcha.
No. He's gonna miss.
He is
Um,
almost going to get disarmed as this goblin whips around with his shield, catching him right under the jaw, nearly knocking him out cold, but he does manage to shake himself free.
He is gonna switch back to his bow as I realize these fuckers have crafty, and is going to fuck right off.
Yep.
This one is going to switch back to its bow and fuck off. And is gonna aim at the bloodied one.
Gotcha.
Have that.
Well, that is going to be 5 damages, which is going to kill that one.
Okay. Now it's the end of my turn.
The mirror, you and the last hobgoblin down there, who is a little surrounded.
Yep. So first things first is Zamir's gonna do something stupid, but gonna boop right down here without using disengage, prompting an attack of opportunity, I know.
Yep. It's going to be a 23.
23 to hit? Yeah, he hits.
4 slashing damage against, and I need a strength save.
Oh no, not the strength save.
He
16?
managed to hold his feet.
Woo! And you said I took 4 damage?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well,
Also need
Zamir is.
concentration save. Keep your hex.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Concentration is lost.
No, because I'm. No. Okay. Yes, he loses concentration.
Yeah. I was about to say, no, what you got there?
I was contemplating using my MVP, but I want to use it for something else. So.
Fair.
Yes. Well, he is going to use his action to do attack with the rapier on the motherfucker right here,
Gotcha. Give him a
the one that
stab.
was hexed. Yep.
That is a 14 that's going to hit.
Oh, it hits?
Yep.
Oh, nice. 10.
Damage. Nice.
Yeah. And then I'm going to use a bonus action to do second wind.
Good stuff.
Okay, so it's a D10 plus 2. I don't have that set up yet, but interception does the same thing, so I'm just gonna roll what I preset for that. Can I use my MVP on second
No.
wind rolls?
It would be a
No.
hero point to reroll that.
Ah.
You can burn your
Damn.
MVP to get 2 hero points.
I will do that. In which case, I'll use a hero point to reroll.
Alright. Still a 4.
That is so rude.
Motherfucker. I did all that for nothing, motherfucker.
So it goes.
Okay, that is Zamir's turn. So down to the hobgoblin. He's going to move here to get in all their way, and he's going to use his action to take out his shield to boost back up his
AC, gotcha.
Yep.
Anything
Brings
else?
that back up to 18. The hobgoblin does not have any bonus actions, so he is not able to do anything else. So that is it.
Brings a sniper who's going for that sorcerer. That is going to be a 19, getting a good shot in. That is going to be 8+, so that is going to be enough to kill that sorcerer as he takes the arrow to the heart. And that is going to bring us to Noman and the Scout.
See here. I think I'll go help out the wolf.
Gotcha. I mean, you do have a dying hobgoblin in the back, by the way.
I mean, what can I do? I don't have any healing spells.
I'm just telling you. If anybody needs it, it's that hobgoblin.
If I could heal, I would heal, but I don't even have any bardic inspiration to give.
It's up to you what
I
you
don't
want to do.
even think you have the movement to get over there to help.
He does have a short bow, though.
I do.
Fair. So you can start shooting arrows.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. So Noman will move up next to this archer and try to blast. Do any of those goblins look like they've been injured already?
The assassin has, but none of the warriors have.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at the warriors. You know, try to give the hobgoblin a little help.
Which one you want to hit? 1, 2, or 3? Going down.
Middle.
Middle one. Gotcha. Number 2.
Number 2.
It's gonna miss.
Yep. That makes sense. Totally valid. This guy, my scout, is gonna go over here and throw his dagger at the assassin.
Gotcha. That's gonna hit. 7 damage.
That's all I can do.
That is gonna bring us to the last of the goblins coming huffing puffing into the fight. As he's gonna jump up and try to stab Farley in the stomach. It's a
You will die
25. He's gonna
peacefully.
get it. That's gonna be 7 piercing on Farley.
Oh shit, did I fucking will it into existence? No, I was joking.
As this goblin comes running up, jumps in the air, and drives the blade into Farley's stomach, pushing him to the ground. Brings us to
Chiron is going to look down at Farley and go, "You're not allowed to die." And then look at the goblin. "You are going to die painfully."
As this goblin gets bit in half and yeeted like a ragdoll before turning to dust midair. This guy, he is going to take a shot with his axe. He wants to bring down the wolf. The wolf was not paying attention and takes a big hit from behind, taking 16
Interception.
damage already. Good job. Roll intercept. Do you have to be 5 feet of the creature when a target you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you? Okay, yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
So
Yep.
plus 9. Alright, it's still a pretty
Yep.
bad hit, but it's not as bad. Bringing us to Farley. I have his death save. His sorcerer is dead, but he does still have a legionnaire. So what you doing with your legionnaire, Blue? If you're talking, we do not hear you. He's going to stab. It's going to be a 15. That's going to miss. That is going to be a 16. That is going to hit. 6 damage. He needs a strength save. That is too low. He is going down. That is-
Okay, enter.
The Legionnaire comes running in, takes a slash. The Goblin manages to jump out of the way, but it doesn't get out of the way of the shield, which uppercuts him right under the chin, flipping it onto his back. That is going to bring us to this guy, as they're going to gang up on that Hobgoblin. That is going to be a 15, which misses. Brings us to this guy. He is going to lunge for this archer, striking with his scimitar and dagger. It's a 15 and crit fail. 15's going to hit, dishing out 7 damage to the archer. This sniper is going to take aim at the wolf. They're going to hit the wolf with a 20, dealing 5 piercing damage with an additional 2 damage, so a total of 7. Bringing us to this guy. Oh, this is the other one. No, I got him wrong. Alright, since I attacked with the other one, this one's going to go for Zamir, because I got him backwards. That is a 25 to hit Zamir. That's going to be 10 slashing against Zamir. I need another strength save. Zamir is going to get knocked like silly putty all the way over there, slamming into the ground. But you manage to catch yourself, so you didn't, because you didn't hit anything. Brings us to the sniper. They're going to take aim at Noman. That is going to be a 18. He's going to hit. That is going to be 10 damage to Noman. Brings us to this warrior who's still trying to bring down this hobgoblin, who's holding the back line as best he can. That's another crit fail. That brings us to this guy who wants the wolf dead. The stab. That's going to be a 13 that misses. Lila, you and the dragon shields. Wherever the dragon... There's the dragon shields.
Yeah, they're around. So dragon shields. We're gonna go. How are we gonna do this? 5, 10, and this guy's gonna come here. Wait, Chiron's up next. I want to redo that. We're gonna go here because I already have it. I'll get advantage anyways. Is why.
Yep.
So we're gonna go on that guy. We're gonna reopen their sheet once again because for whatever reason it keeps closing after I open it. We're gonna try and go boop.
It's going to be a
It's the
hit.
exact sound that it makes when they stab things, I believe.
5 damage.
Now we're gonna try and boop again.
17 damage, or 17 to hit. That's going to hit. 6 more damage
Okay.
as you're ripping apart
And
this
then-
back line.
20. We're gonna come over here with all 20 feet of our movement and try and stab this guy. Boop.
It's going to hit. 18
then.
Who are you trying to hit? I just immediately lost. Okay,
So
this guy.
this-
Yeah, it's going to hit.
Yeah, this annoying guy. And then boop.
It's going to hit again.
And
As
so
you're
for
going to
10
bring him
total.
down.
All right, and then Lila is gonna look at the wolf and say, "All right, this is the last one I got in me. So please don't die." And she's gonna use her last spell points to do cure wounds on this wolf. If I can make this sheet work. Well, that's just really great. You know what? I still have a few hero points left, so let's roll that damn thing again because I'm rolling really bad. Okay, way better. Let me knock that hero point off. And then she is going to use all 30 feet of her movement to start working her way towards Farley.
Gotcha.
30, she can get to here, and that's as far as she can get right now. And that's her turn.
That brings us to this guy who wants to get rid of that dragon shield who just ran up on him. It's an 18. That's going to be a hit, dealing out 3 piercing damage to the dragon shield. Then I need Chiron.
I have a prone goblin at my feet. I'm going to stab.
Gotcha. I'm pretty sure he is dead, but give me some
Nice.
damage. Sneak damage.
1 second. That didn't. It doesn't like to roll my sneak. Ba-dup.
Yeah, he's dead. You've avenged Farley.
I have. Um. This guy gonna come over here and attempt to do a medicine check. Actually,
got
he's gonna be smart.
He doesn't have to. He just
Hmm?
has a medic thing.
Okay, so he's gonna stabilize Farley.
Yeah. They're used to doing this kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, I realized I have to take Chiron's bonus. Chiron has a bonus action. But they're gonna know that that dude's okay.
Farley, you're unconscious, not dying.
I know. I was just doing a little test roll to see what it would have been.
So basically, what I do, I always have to see if I was gonna die or not.
Save for the fact you just took the crit from Chiron's second attack there.
I mean, in technicalities, I'm rolling off a D&D Beyond.
But
So,
I don't want to sound bad if it wasn't that one. That would have been really funny.
yeah, because Farley would have died.
there's my short sword. Like, I need the other one. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. This one is just a D6 because it's my offhand. He does it. I'm not as pissed off at this one. But then this archer over here is going to look at the battlefield, steady aim, and shoot the bloodied gobbo.
Gotcha.
Give me your sheet. Ba-doop. Ba-doop.
That is going to hit. He's dead.
And
For 11 damage.
they. Okay.
Catch him right in the cranium.
Yes. And that, how many? If that was 15, 20. This one's gonna go up there. That one can't move. Yep. That's it.
Alrighty. Zamir.
Okay, is Zamir prone or no?
No, he managed to catch himself. You got
Okay,
tumbled
so I
like
have.
you got run through the dryer, but you managed to stay on your feet.
Okay, so I don't have to use half my movement, so I can use all my movement to run right back up here like sup. You can't get rid of me for long, motherfucker.
Alrighty.
Oh, I'm sorry, apparently. Anyway, I am going to try and slice the motherfucker right in front of me right here
Gotcha.
with the rapier attack. And you know what? For good measure, I'm going to go ahead and use my hero point to give me advantage on this.
Get him. That is going to hit.
Yay! 6.
6 damage. It's going to bring him into bloody as you get him in the bicep.
Voice.
He immediately
Alright.
tries to clench the muscle to lock down on your sword so he can swing his axe with the other hand, try to bring it down on your head. But that's not how muscles work, so.
No. Alright, well, once again, not able to do any bonus actions, so that's it for Zamir. He likely probably has a bit of a manic smile on his face with some blood dripping from his forehead. Oh god, it seems Farley has rubbed off on him a little bit. Anyway, down here to the hobgoblin.
When doesn't Farley rub off on people?
I am so sorry,
Hold on, wait a
Kai.
minute.
Longsword
can-
attack on this motherfucker here.
Gotcha.
One-handed,
That's gonna
and that,
miss.
yeah. All right, that is Zamir and the hobgoblins.
Brings us to the line of snipers who's gonna shoot the wolf. It is gonna be a 14. Doesn't get through. Noman.
All right. How high up are these snipers?
30 feet.
Okay.
Each
Noman is.
level there is about 30 feet up.
If I move here, can I hit them without like any disadvantage or them
They'll
having
have half
cover?
cover.
Dang it. Okay, never mind then.
But from there, they don't have half cover.
But I don't think I could reach from there.
You've got a short bow.
Yeah, but I'm picturing
Short
like.
bows are 80 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! So I'm gonna try to shoot one of the snipers because they're pissing me off now, trying to shoot the big old wolf.
Fair. That
14.
is going to hit. 5 damage. You were hitting the one closest to you, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna send my scout. He's gonna bonus action dash. And he's gonna start climbing, so he would get there, so that would be 40. And it's 20, he would be able to get 20 feet up this cliff.
Where's he going? Okay, he's going there.
He's not actually at the
He'd
guy
still be
yet,
here.
but he's about 10 feet down from him.
Gotcha. That will bring us to the wolf, who's going to try to grab another motherfucker. They're going to miss, unfortunately, with a 10. Brings us to this guy, as he's going to try to get rid of the fly that's swatting at him. That's a crit. But that's pathetic damage. That's going to be a total of 16 damage. Need another strength save.
Is that hitting Zamir?
Yeah.
Do I have spell points? I do. And do I have what I think I should have?
Silvery.
Yes, I do. So I'm gonna silvery barbs that shit.
Gotcha. Roll it. Alrighty. Let's see if you can keep it. Nope. That is a 15, which misses.
So that means Zamir doesn't take damage or need to roll that strength.
Correct.
Yay.
Who are you giving advantage to, Zamir? Not Zamir. Solon? No, that's not right either.
Noman.
Noman, there we go. We went through so many names trying to find that.
I'm gonna give the advantage to Farley. Hopefully they can use
Do
it to
note,
their
Farley's unconscious.
advantage. Oh.
Farley's unconscious.
Oh no. Oh no.
I recommend giving that to someone who's going to be able to deal damage. Farley's pretty much incapacitated now.
He's
Okay.
definitely incapacitated. He's unconscious.
I'm gonna give it to
Yes.
Zamir.
Zamir.
Hopefully they can finish off the person who's trying to kill them.
Okay.
Farley. Well, I guess the Legionnaire, not Farley. As the Legionnaire comes running up, that is going to be a miss. It's also going to be a
That's a
miss.
That's my turn.
As they're going to try to stab the Legionnaire who just ran up in front of him. It's going to be a 22, dishing out 3 piercing. Sniper is going to shoot the wolf. It's going to be a 9. He misses. This guy's going to try to hit the wolf. It's going to be a 12. He misses. This sniper is going to lean over and shoot the scout that's coming up. That is a 21. He is going to hit. He is going to dish out total of 14 damage against that scout, and he is going to move this way. Which brings us to this warrior. So he's going for the hobgoblin. Hobgoblin. That's a 12. He's going to miss. This warrior is going to go for the wolf. The stab. It's going to be a 17. That's going to hit.
And boop.
7. How much do you get rid of? All of it. So it doesn't get through. Lila, you and the dragon shields.
All right, we'll start with dragon shields. 5, 10, 15. This guy will go for the one that they have some flanking on. The boop.
It's going to hit.
Bonk, and another boop.
It's going to be a
I don't
14.
think
It's
a
going to
14
miss.
hits. 5, 10, 20. We'll use all our movement to go here and go for this guy.
Gotcha. 19. It's going to hit. 4 piercing.
And another boop.
22. 4 piercing.
And Lila is going to start going this way. So 5, 10, 20, 25, 30 feet. Let's see. Guys, 35, and he's up a ways, so I'm not quite close enough to him for this yet. So we'll go this
What are you
guy
trying to use?
here. I told the dead, but
He's in
it's
Toll the Dead
60
range.
feet, I believe.
Yeah, he's only 35 feet
Is
away
he?
from me. Yeah.
Oh, I thought because he was up, he wouldn't be
No.
in range. I still really. Zamir looks like shit, so we're gonna start with the one next to Zamir. No offense, Zamir. You don't personally look like shit, just the blood on Zamir looks bad. So if you can just make him
Wisdom
fail,
save.
I would appreciate that.
That is a 12. He's going to fail and take 12 damage.
And that is her turn.
Chironicus.
Okay. That came back to me a lot faster than I thought it was going. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
We're getting through, everybody. Y'all are thinning out the herd.
Woo! We're gonna come over here and stab. Where? Banning. Stab.
hit.
I don't actually know what that rolled. Okay.
Give me some sneak. 8 damage. He is dead. Ding dong. The witch is dead.
Okay. Chiron's gonna look at the party and go, I'm almost positive that you have that one. I'm gonna go help. I've moved 10. Okay, so that would be 35. I will bonus action dash for another 35.
Gotcha. Excuse me.
Gesundheit. Da, 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 da. This guy is going to shoot, is going to steady aim shoot this one.
Excuse me. Who's he shooting?
This dude.
Gotcha. Guy in the back. It's going to hit. 7 damage. Plus his additional damage. 2 damage.
Eh.
Still standing.
The bloodied one. Do you? Yeah, you could.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That looked like he has 3 people in the way of him.
Yeah, so he's gonna
Yeah.
move so that he doesn't.
It's going to be a
50.
15. That's going to miss.
Okay, I had a feeling. That's it.
Alrighty. That's going to bring us to Zamir. Zamir, you didn't get Ragdoll this time.
Alrighty, Zamir is going to once again, second burst, same as the first. I don't know what I'm saying. He's gonna rapier attack the motherfucker in front of him that's bloodied.
It's gonna hit.
Woo!
It's gonna
6
kill.
damage. Woo! And Zamir's going to. You know what? He's gonna go a bit of a long way. But, yay! Just enough to go right. I feel like maybe he didn't need to do that, but he's still doing it.
Sure.
That is Zamir's turn, because that is full movement and
The
action, and he
hobgoblin's
has.
somehow still alive back there.
I know. I kind of left him down there, expected him to die, if I'm being honest. But he's gonna try and attack one last time, because
That's gonna hit.
oh my god, finally! And you know what else?
He gets
Hold on, let me.
his martial thing, yeah.
Yeah!
11 damage as he kills it, bringing down his foe. No, he just has to not get shot with arrows.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Go
is.
prone.
I was actually gonna say he's gonna move forward to about here.
Gotcha. Anything else?
No, that's it.
This sniper is gonna take. He's gonna move over here, running along the lip. He's gonna take shot at the scout who's coming up. That is going to be a 23, dishing out 7 piercing damage against him. Noman.
Alright, no, first off, this scout is going to continue his. He's going to dash and continue to climb up.
You took the
That's
7
10 feet.
damage he just took, yeah?
Hmm?
That scout, 7 damage.
Oh, no, I did not. 1 second. -7. There we go. But he's going to dash up, which does 10 feet to get it up to the ridge line that they're on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to go over here. He's going to stabify that goblin.
Gotcha.
Slashify
It's going to hit.
for 6.
Gotcha.
And Noman is going to head over here and call out to the Goblin Bruiser guy who's behind Zamir right now. Say something along the lines, I don't know how you were summoned, but whatever materials they used to summon you must have been the ugliest things they could possibly find. And I'm viciously
Gotcha.
mocking him.
It's not one that's really going to bother him all that much, so you're just rolling normally. That is a 10, so it still gets through.
Excellent.
4 damage.
Nice. The full 4, and now he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Yep. Anything else?
No.
Brings us to a wolf. There is a dude. That's a 26. There probably isn't a dude anymore. Nope, there is not a dude next to Zamir anymore. As the wolf grabs him, shakes him, and yeets him into the air, turning him into dust. Farley, your legionary's got something to do. Even if it's just go somewhere.
Yeah, I'll probably just keep moving him towards the wolf.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
Oh my god, why do you always take so long to... Okay, there it is. Good, finally loaded.
Because Roll20 hates you.
I'll have him dash over there and end his turn.
Okay. Well, that's going to bring it to this sniper. He's going to take a shot at that scout. That is going to be that 13, which is going to miss. It's this guy. He's going to try to level that legionnaire. Try to stop Zamir from getting assistance. It's going to be a 20. It's going to be 10 slashing, which takes down that legionnaire. Which brings us to this sniper, who's going to steady, so he's shooting normal. That's going to miss. Lila.
Oh, let's dash these guys.
They've got a ways to go.
I know. They can get about there. Lila's just gonna stroll on up here. And we're gonna start with this guy, I guess, and we're just gonna try and throw Toll the Dead around and see if we can hurt anyone.
That is a 13. He's going to fail. He hasn't been hurt, so that's 1 damage.
Well, not wasting a hero point. It is what it is. So that's
Anything
all.
else? Chiron.
Okay. Banner. Banner. It. How far up this
30
hill?
feet.
What? I'm sorry, you cut out.
30 feet.
Okay. Uh, so I can get up. Skitter, skitter, skitter. Bonus action dash.
Excuse me.
I'm getting really irritated with these things. I'm gonna be a.
Are you gonna push it off?
I am.
You know, you're gonna
Is
push
it going to work? Probably not. But everyone's getting irritated. So
If I could, I'd have the scout like just kind of crouch behind it when you push it off.
I would give up all of my good rolls to see that fucking happen.
if only I had another hero point, but I don't. So
Oh.
I use them all to defend Farley. Where is my athletic? 1 second, I gotta reload my sheet. It's doing something funky.
Oh no.
Hey, Cece, if they held their action and I had my scout kind of like
No.
crouch behind the.
You don't have enough room to crouch. You could assist, but they
Aw.
don't need it. Because that is a crit versus a crit fail. He's
Oh
going
my
over.
god.
Yeah.
Okay, he's still alive down there.
Aw.
He's hurt bad, but he's still alive. Anything else from Chiron?
That was my action and my bonus action.
Zamiricus.
y-
Oh no, archers.
Or no, wait a minute. Yeah, I need to do the archers. They're gonna burner. They can't steady aim, but they're both going to aim at the asshole.
Which one?
But
Who's the
one,
asshole?
Yes.
one. That
I was
asshole.
about to say something horrible.
Okay, that guy. Both gonna hit.
Oh, okay. Also, Raven, I want to know if you don't think it's appropriate for stream, just message me.
Alright, anything
I
else?
have one. Oh, sorry.
What was that there?
I was just gonna say I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Does an arrow have a flared base? Because you were saying you were aiming it. Sorry, fucking ignore me.
That ends Chiron's turn. I don't care if there's anything else. That ends the turn. Zap lost you the rest of it.
It was worth it.
So they're gonna take shots. That's gonna be a 19 against that scout. That is gonna be a total of 11 damage.
I'm so
So they're
sorry.
gonna step back. I know you sharpshooter. You can't go anywhere. No, man. What you gonna do?
All right. Well, my scout. You said this is like 35 feet up, right?
30.
Okay. Okay. Well, 30. That's not too bad. If I were to jump right on top of this guy, would he break my fall?
Yeah,
Wait.
technically.
I'm
did
going
that-
to Assassin's Creed this shit.
You're still going to take fall damage, but it'll add it to your damage.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm going. So he's gonna drop down with his scimitar right onto his shoulders.
Also, did he just take the 11 damage he just took?
Oh, when did I take 11 damage? Okay.
You just got shot by a sniper.
I didn't hear you. There we go. So I'm still alive. So I'm still alive.
Hey, before we continue, you
Yes.
skipped Zamir.
What?
You skipped Zamir. They're after me.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Okay, we'll finish. Let the crazy kobold jump, and then we'll get back to Zamir. My apologies.
All right. So I'm gonna straight up like Ezio style jump down on this guy and attack with my scimitar.
Roll to hit.
Come
You have
on.
advantage.
Come on.
It's gonna hit.
17. 9 slashing.
Plus another 11 for a total of 20. He's dead.
Goddamn.
However, the kobold breaks his legs and dies.
No.
Because he also takes 11 damage. So
Oh shit.
I told you he's going to.
Yeah, I think but you know what? This death was awesome.
That brings us
He
to
said was awesome.
But
Zamir and the Hobgoblin.
okay, I'll take Noman's turn later.
Yeah, we'll get back to you here in a second.
Sorry. Zamir is going to attack the only goblin next to him that's standing.
It's gonna miss.
Yeah. All right. And the hobgoblin honestly can't really do anything because they can't get close enough. So yeah.
So he's just gonna stand there.
He will run closer,
Okay.
but yeah.
Now it's Noman's turn.
All right, Noman's gonna go around this cart, take aim at the sniper on the right.
It's gonna hit.
Nice. For 9 damage.
Okay. Should get a good shot in, getting him directly in the hip.
These hips don't lie. They're in pain.
Excuse me. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Brings us to the wolf. Wolf's only got one guy left to bite. So he's gonna bite. Om nom nom. That is gonna be a 20. That is going to be 15 damage as they manage to get in, stripping off one of the arms. But with that last arm, this spine cleaver is going to get another blow in, dishing out 12 damage back to the wolf. Well, there's people in between now. Yeah, we'll get there in a second. Sniper is going to shoot Chiron. It's going to be a 23 to hit Chiron. Chiron's going to take 7 damage. That gets through that. Farley's unconscious. Legionnaire's dead. Lila.
Sorry, I went in my own world. These dragon shields are not gonna make it unless those goblins jump down, but sure, 5, 10, 15,
Chiron could push 'em off.
30, 40. No, thank you.
That meant push the snipers off.
Oh, I was gonna say that they'd be up there in 8 turns. This same guy that we hit before will try and toll the dead on them as well.
Did you hit the one on the left or the one on the right? Because the one on the right's
I thought
taking
it was
damage.
the one on the left.
I put it on the one on the
The
right.
first one I went for was the one on the left.
Okay,
But
let
I
me
can
switch
whichever
it.
one. I was just going the furthest one away from everyone was the only theory I'd had. But
All right, switch
is
it.
this guy still alive or is he
Oh yeah,
dead? By the way.
he's alive. He's missing an arm, but he's alive.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, we would have still had to dash over there, so we're not worried about it. But yep, that is which we could go one on the say I hit the one on the right before, and we'll just do this one on the left this time.
I switched
That's
it
fine.
up, so I've got it right now. It's gonna be an 8. He's gonna fail. Take 4 damage.
That's it.
Alrighty, Chiron, they're shooting at you.
Beaches. I'm gonna be honest, you guys. As much as that was really cool, I don't think that I can pull it off a second time.
Go for it. See what happens.
Yeah, I was gonna
Do
say,
it,
you never know until you
do it,
try.
Do it. Yeah, yeet.
Fine, let's
Bitch
see. Let's
empty.
see.
He goes over.
Uh-huh.
18 versus 13.
Haha.
Um,
Is that the one I shot? I think
Yeah.
I don't remember. That was the one I shot.
He is going to survive it, but he is down there now.
well, I have nothing else to use my bonus action on, so I'm just gonna scurry over here.
Okay. Archers.
Go your next. Yeah. If I could scroll to their side of the screen, where are they? So, this one is, honestly, I'll give Zamir that kill.
Go left. Zamir misses.
You
You
probably
be
will.
nice. This guy's in, like, I can see him, right?
Yep. At that angle, he'd have half cover. It's a crit fail.
Doesn't matter. Uh, from here, do I gotta?
You're good there.
Okay.
It's going to hit. Zamir.
All right. So I'm gonna have this hobgoblin go right here, but he's under the. Oh, never mind. I can move the legionnaire, but I cannot. But he's gonna go here, and actually, he's going to attack first with a one-handed long sword on the guy that they're
Fighting.
flanking.
Mm-hmm. It's going to hit.
Yay! Oop. And Marshall.
16 damage. He goes down, leaving just those archers left.
All right. Um.
One of which I've kindly knocked over for you guys.
Yeah, and Zamir whoop, can run right up here and shank him with a rapier attack.
You have advantage.
Oh.
See if you crit. Nope. Still going to hit, though.
Mhm.
He is dead as well.
Woo. Zamir's gonna look up at Chiron and go, "Throw the bitch down to me and I'll finish him up." I'm sorry, I'm a bit manic. That is Zamir and the Hobgoblin's turn.
Noman.
All right, Noman's gonna go right there, and he's also gonna call down the Chiron. Throw him down. I'll skewer him. I'm going to hold my action for when the guy is falling down, so I can like kind of line up my rapier so he falls down onto it.
Gotcha. Prepared action if he falls. Brings us to the wolf, who's stumbling around trying to get their bearings. Farley's down. That brings us to sniper. They're going to crafty run this way.
Aw.
Take a shot at Chiron as they're on the move. They're going to crit Chiron, dishing out 9 damage.
Got a question.
Yeah.
So, technically, I don't have spell points. Period.
Correct. You would not
Can
be
I
able to
still?
exhaustion to overdo it.
Damn, was worth asking.
Mm-hmm. But that brings us to Lila, because you no longer have a good sight on that archer anymore, as he's backed off.
I can't see him at all.
No, because he's
Like even if I walked back a bit.
if you go back a ways, you'll be able to see him, but not from where you're standing.
Okay, how far back do I need to go?
Probably 2 past the wagon.
Do you want to tag it on the map so I can see what you mean by 2 past the wagon?
You'd have to get all the way
I
back down
can't
here.
even. Then that's out of range, probably of what I need to do anyways. Okay, we're not gonna do anything. We're just gonna hang out, I guess.
Okay. Chiron.
Dragon
can hold an
shields will
Dragon
move
shield.
here. If I could finish speaking, I would. I said we as in Lila. Dragon shields will just hold their action to try and stab if that thing comes over the edge, and that's it.
Gotcha. Chiron.
Well, I guess this time I'm gonna try and grapple. Grapple still is still athletics, right?
Uh-huh. You're going to manage the grapple. Yeet him off the side. I'd imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, he's going right over. You move one down, but he's
And
going
he's too
over.
far away for me to have my hold action.
You could just move over and stab him. I'm not worried about it. Let's see if he's even alive before he dies to the ground. He is still alive. So that's Zamir stabbing, Noman stabbing, and both to the dragon shields, if I'm not mistaken.
Zamir technically didn't hold an action.
Okay, so it'd be Noman and the dragon shields.
Yep.
Roll me some attacks. You got advantage. He's prone.
I'll let Noman go first, and then I'll.
Advantage, so 21.
I want to see all the damage. Give me those dragon shields. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit.
Oh God.
One of those is gonna miss. So additional 9, additional 7 as y'all go 20 over his HP. As he is going to die.
I'm just picturing the goblin gets absolutely shish kebabbed in multiple places.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens.
Yeah. Zamir, after the fight, is immediately going to sheath his sword and get put up his shield, and then run towards the wolf and hug its closest leg.
You see, it is coated in blood and a little off balance.
No one will come over as well, having a little more, healthy respect for the very large wolf, and ask it, are you okay, noble beast? You are
I'm
quite
almost certain
injured.
you would have lost speed with animals by this point.
It's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes.
I believe it's concentration, though, isn't it?
No.
It is. I
No?
thought it was.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I
Yeah, I thought it was. So yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
It does not respond.
Zamir will, after Noman is done talking, go, "Man, you were wonderful in that fight. We fucked him up." And, common, while hugging the wolf that is very much bloody.
Does it look like it understands me, or is it just kind of ignoring me?
It doesn't seem to be giving you the time of day at the moment. It seems to be trying to catch his breath. And then
No
you
one.
hear some kind of crunch as the wolf begins to shrink as the wolf collapses. But
You said it
Zamir,
shrinks.
the wolf shrinks and shrinks and shrinks until there is a small girl, maybe 18 years old, wild red hair, absolutely coated in blood, looking a little dazed in your arms.
Zamir will blink at the girl. She still look to be having like trying to catch her breath and stuff?
She seems out of it, like she's taken a few too many blows to the head.
All right. Zamir is going to grab his water skin and hold it out to her
Wrong
or hand it
redhead.
to her. What was that?
Talking to Lila.
It's
Okay.
Lila.
Noman will call out to Lila. Lila, I think we could use some healing over here, if you can.
I think they're going to get Farley.
I'm impressed that you think that Lila's just gonna laugh at you and walk away, but I'll say above table, Lila's been at a spell point. She burnt everything on the wolf and Farley already that she had left. She's just going to look Farley over.
Okay, well then I guess it's up to Noman and Zamir's medical knowledge. So I'm going to try to see if I can gauge if she has like a concussion or something.
Lila would
Does
also
Lila have
just
the
yell out at
healer's
you.
feet?
Yeah, Lila has thought I had a healer's kit, but I don't know anymore in life.
I know I have a healer's kit, and I'm pretty sure you do as well. But as long as you have the healer's feet, because he's stable. But if you have the healer's feet, you can actually heal him.
I don't
I
know if I
can't. I
have that
don't
on
have the
this
feet.
character. I didn't take the feet.
Well, guess he's just comically going to go and after Lila, as you look over him, we both realize he's not dying. Chiron's just gonna sigh and fling them over his shoulder.
I don't think you have the strength to sling him over the shoulder. I think you just
Um,
grab him by the shoulders
I
and start to drag.
Lila is
I
gonna
got a sense.
Lila's gonna very gently lean way down to your height and say, "I got this," and just grab Farley, and because I believe Lila can, because I actually have a +1 in strength, so
And you're
she'll
not
just pick.
half his size.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm a little taller than Chiron, and just say, "We'll follow you. You lead," and she'll just throw him over and start walking with you that way.
Yeah. Occasional weird noises come from Farley as he lays there unconscious.
Just imagine you're still with us, Farley, because she'll bring you over to here and flop him down if this is still a bed thing.
It's a very rotted bed, but it's kind of one. But
Yeah, she doesn't
Noman,
flop him down that gently either.
Noman, you see that the main issue with this girl is exhaustion. She looks like she has not slept or eaten in a while.
Noman will pull out his own water skin and a packet of rations and then just kind of break off a piece and hold it out to her. Here, eat this. It should help a little bit.
You see she reaches out and takes it. Her hands are a little shaky. She looks up at Zamir, tries to wiggle free of your arms.
He will gently place her down on the
And
ground.
she starts to waddle off this way. Noman, you
Zamir's
just
gonna-
got a water skin jacked.
It's fine. That's fine.
Zamir's gonna start to follow her.
Samir, you see a problem as soon as she goes through that door. There is a lot of blood on the ground inside that church.
Do I see any bodies?
Not from where you are. They didn't open the door much, just enough for them to slip through.
Zamir's gonna enter in.
As you enter in, you see what might be a corpse.
As soon as he sees that, he's gonna yell out, "Fuck, fuck, Chiron, fuck, 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 Nimona, fuck."
Oh shit!
As
Healer's kit.
you see her wing has nearly been one of her wings has nearly been sheared off. One of the arm that's on that side as well is hanging at a weird angle at the elbow, and there's a lot of blood coating her face.
We need to get that priest. Demetrios. We need priest Demetrios right now.
He is nowhere near y'all. He is back in the normal formation, trying to push forward at another angle.
Shit.
Since Lila heard Zamir yell out, can she just say, if you can just give me like 4 hours to just sit here and just relax, I can have all of my abilities to heal back.
Noma will call out
If
to
you
you
can
in response.
stabilize them.
I
I
don't
can stabilize them.
Oh, never mind.
I have a healer's kit.
Yeah. I mean,
You're
then if
pretty
not, Lila
sure.
has a healer's kit on her. She can walk over to stabilize if needed, but to get any healing magic back, she needs 4 hours.
You're pretty sure this is well beyond that. As there is
Someone as well.
a lot wrong at the moment.
Yeah, why didn't I take a healing spell?
Are they conscious?
Not as far as y'all can tell. You see the small red-headed girl kneel down next to Nimona and press the water skin up to her lips.
And she not just use spare the dying on her and then try and rest and bring cure wounds to bring her back after she gets spell points back?
Cure wounds wouldn't help with this. She's got a
Cure wounds
limb.
wouldn't help.
No, she's got a limb almost completely ripped off. Another limb mangled, and likely head trauma and internal bleeding to an extreme amount. On its
Could I ask
own,
above table, does this mean that I guess why I'm asking, so cure wounds would give her back HP. So you're saying that this won't give her back any HP to where she can, between being stabilized and things like that, with HP, this wouldn't give her enough time to be transported to somewhere where people could do more medical work on her?
no, not with this amount of damage.
Alright. Okay, then Lila's going to sleep.
It would be to save a life like this, you would need to go for immediate surgery with stronger spells than cure wounds.
Um, well, I'm at the very least going to try and use the healer's kit to stop the bleeding. And I'm gonna look at Zamir and go outside and scream Z's name at the top of your lungs.
He gives a hurried little salute and then runs out and screeches, "See!"
Can I try rolling medicine again to see if there's anything I could do, like something like maybe set the wing or anything like that?
As I said, it's surgery at this point.
Like it's a very bad idea to move someone as injured as this.
And do remember, it's been hours since you saw her fall.
No one will
Yeah.
ask the redheaded teenager. Has she said anything to you?
There's a small shake of the head as she presses the water can up a little bit, trying to push water into her mouth.
Try rubbing her throat a little bit as you pour. It will induce swallowing.
Zamir, as you're running out, you do not hear Z.
Yeah, above table, I did not notice C in that fight, so I figured they might not be with us. But Zamir's gonna do what Chiron said.
Put it this way, I didn't think it would work. It was just that, I'm. Mm. So we can't safely move her.
Not without doing some kind of surgery to try to stop an extreme amount of bleeding. However, Noman, there is an odd thing to you as you're looking over the wounds. She should already be dead. It's been hours since the time she would have gotten this trauma, unless she was hurt afterward, but these don't look like any of the wounds the goblins would have done. She should already be dead, but you can see there is a faint moving of the chest.
These wounds should have been fatal hours ago. How is she even still alive? No one's gonna look around, look over Nimona. Is she wearing like a pendant or anything, any kind of thing like that? Like,
Not that you can see.
because I was thinking maybe she has like the same thing Timmy has, the carafe of wound closure.
One thing you do notice is the girl sitting in front of you reaches out and puts her hand against Nimona's mouth. And then her hand starts turning into this weird red fluid, which then starts pushing her way into Nimona's orifices. To her face.
Horrify? No, sounds right.
Did we just say mouth?
No, because it's going through mouth, nose, eyes, and ears.
Ew. Uh, does it seem to be helping Nimona? Like, what am I watching here?
It's hard to tell in the dark, but you're pretty sure this young child just turned their hand into blood and is currently pushing it into Nimona?
Have you been giving Nimona transfusions?
There's a head tilt.
Like, have you been helping them regain some of their own blood to keep them from dying from exanguation? Exanguation? Yeah, exanguation.
Confused noises?
Like, have you been keeping them alive by making sure they don't bleed out all of their blood?
Blood.
I'm going to take that as a yes. Very good job.
But you can see, Chiron, with you being on the side that's damaged, as more blood is pumped through their face, more blood is immediately starting to flood out of those wounds.
Can I start trying to do? Can I start trying to stitch them up? I've got a healer's kit.
You can. It won't be enough for wounds of this, but you might be able to at least get them outside.
Pretty much. My goal is to keep her somewhat stable.
No one will ask the child, not the child, the girl. How long can you do that for?
There's a shrug. As you can see, her skin is becoming paler and paler, and it's not long before her hand goes back to normal. But she's actively looking more and more sickly.
Would some food, water, would nutrients help you?
They still look very confused.
No one will hold out more of his rations.
They tried to feed him to Nimona.
I don't think they're in any shape to eat, but maybe you can eat and your blood powers will work more.
Zamir, what do you do as you come back in? As you see Noman effectively giving this teenager a chicken leg.
I feel like the first thing Zamir will do is tell Chiron I called for Z, but only they know if they heard. And then walk up to the teenager and kneel down next to them and go, "What is your name?"
There is a head tilt. It is at that point you feel everybody around feels the ground start to shake. Farley, the subtle change even wakes you.
What's going on? He's mumble. He's trying to make a sentence, but it came out as mumbles. What's going on? What? Oh God, we died, didn't we?
Farley's immediate
Looks
assumption
around.
that we're dead aside. What's happening?
I'm waiting to see if Lila responds to Farley at all.
Lila is 100% focused on her trance. That is all she is trying to do right now.
Okay, fair enough. You'll feel the ground start to shake. The rubble on the ground shakes, and the girl starts to look a bit spooked.
Zamir will ask what's wrong.
You see the girl points at the ground.
Does it look like it's caving in?
No, doesn't seem to be moving.
Not. It could be a minor earthquake, or.
I was gonna ask, does it sound like a bunch of like movement, like a bunch of people running at one time, making the earth shake? the
Roll me
ground shake?
perception.
Perception? Certainly. 1 second.
Can I help with that?
I mean, you can roll for your own.
Perception 15.
Noman, you can hear a faint roar in the distance, a constant note. Continue on. Sounds to faintly be getting louder.
Do I recognize this from possibly, I don't know, a few days ago?
No.
When that, okay. Does you say it's a roar, but does it sound like an animal's roar or something
No,
more?
that would have more of a change in tone. This is a constant noise.
And you're sure it's not the same sound of, I don't know, water rushing through a gully?
Yes, it does sound similar, but it doesn't sound like that. But it does seem to be
Okay.
getting closer.
Okay, it's not Goosilla, thankfully.
It does not seem to be some sort another flood, but we should probably be prepared because it's definitely getting closer. Norman takes up a defensive position, like next to the girl and trying to block off Nimona.
Zamir will.
She's gonna go outside.
Yeah. So this is a This area is a window, not a door.
It's barricade. The only entrance is the one behind Chiron.
Okay. Zamir's gonna walk out with the teenager too.
You see she's going to look around. Farley, what are you doing on the ground over there?
I just stand back up and look around and feeling the ground shake and being like, "Okay, I'm either alive or I entered hell."
Doesn't look like hell. It's very green for hell, but you do see something in the
wait.
distance that seems kind of concerning.
What is it?
A massive blue pillar reaching up into the sky, way off in the distance.
Was that there before?
You see the girl go look around the corner, and Farley, you can see it is very quickly starting to expand. And when I
Okay, I think
say
we haven't.
Farley, it is quickly expanding to the point you're pretty sure it's taking miles in seconds. And it seems to be gaining speed as it's
I
growing
think.
wider and wider and wider, the roar starting to shake the ground worse and worse and worse.
Run. I just tell the group.
Zamir will call out, Nimona can't be moved. Let's um stay near Chiron, and he'll run. He will run after the teenager, try and grab her and pull her back.
You see she's watching it, and you see it too now, Zamir. It is getting wider and wider and wider. And can I get a perception check?
Yeah.
Zamir, you feel the hair on the back of your neck stand up. You can see a threat before you, but you feel another. And as you turn around, you see you did not finish the fight.
Aw.
As crouched up on the highest terrace, up in one of the trees, there is a goblin. Dressed in all black, a hood over their head, and a bow drawn at full tilt. And it looks like a big bow. And there are shadowy tendrils reaching off of the arrow, and they are trained on the back of this woman's head. Or not this woman, the small child's, not small child's, the teen's head. I'll get it right in the end. But as they are aiming, you notice they don't take the shot. A second passes. The arrow is trained on them. You know they have the shot. Yet the angle they're out, you couldn't really get in the way very well unless it's already flying. But you see they let the draw lax, the shadows disappearing before they turn and disappear into the wood again. For Farley, though, you see that pillar is starting to expand faster and faster. You have less than 30 seconds, by your estimate, before that pillar overtakes where you and your party are.
Guys, either we move now or that thing's probably gonna crush us. What do we do?
Into the building
Yeah,
and pray to the gods.
basically. Zamir will make a mental note of what he saw, and then, like I said, try and if he needs to, drag the teenager into the building.
You see she's watching with these big eyes, putting up a bit of a fight, so being surprisingly strong as well. I need an athletics check. She does not budge. It's like trying to move a lease, but like half the size.
Now, Farley being tired of this, he looks over. He's gonna cast Hex on the girl on their strength checks.
Alrighty. You can roll again if you want.
Yeah, it's gonna be athletics still, right?
Yeah.
17 this time.
Let's see what she rolls. Hex gives disadvantage, yeah?
Yes.
She still doesn't move. You get a little more wrong, but that's a 17 versus a 20.
Yeah. Why do I keep trying to make this twink do things he's not strong enough to do?
Why do I keep having Theos like fucking go into the front line?
But Chiron, Noman, do either of
Yeah.
y'all do anything with y'all's last few seconds before the pillar
I
takes
am.
over?
I mean, from the sounds of what Farley is saying, we can't outrun this. So Chiron is just trying to brace Nimona in the hopes that this doesn't fucking kill her.
Yow!
Yep, no one's gonna. No, actually, you know what? I've been holding off on this, but no one will quickly pull off the straps of his leather armor and start to transform, because something big is coming, right?
Giant pillar, so yeah. It's reaching up into the heavens.
I'm going to turn into a form that some of you might remember. I'm turning into a large Luxodon. Well, not large, like actually large, but I'm basically turning into fuck, what was his name?
Tranquil Tusk.
Tranquil Tusk. Yeah, Tranquil
Tranquil,
Tusk.
yes, Tranquil Tusk to block as much of no Nimona and Chiron as possible.
And it's not
go ahead.
long after that Farley, you see the beam of bluish white light take over everything. You feel a
Real
burning.
quick, sorry. Did Lila heard that? I just want to check? I haven't heard. Sorry.
I think she's still focused on
Lila
her
went into
trance.
a trance. Yeah, I was gonna say Lila went into a trance because she was trying to get her ability to heal people back. So she's just on the ground in a trance.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
as
didn't
the
know if she would still be able to hear that even
Oh,
in
she
a
absolutely
trance.
can. I think she's just ignoring you.
Okay.
yeah, as the like the light takes over, just out of like just for the hell of it, he just like fires another blast the pillar. He knows it's not going to do anything, but he figures if it's the last thing he's going to do.
Roll me Arcana real quick.
Could you roll it for me? I had to step away for a sec.
You can do that. It's a 16. Farley, as the magic pushes forward, you see the weave rip. And the magic be disassembled back into pure arcane energy. And then you feel your body do the same. As each of you are pulled apart. And you know nothing. You don't know how long passes. Could be minutes. Could be years. Millennia. There's no way to know. Nothing to keep track of time. Even your thoughts are scattered. But soon enough, you start to feel something again. Something cold and pressed against. You think it might be your cheek? You're not sure. And then you hear something. The soft click of heels coming closer. But that, for tonight, is where we're going to end it. Good job, you guys. That was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens as we continue on. For those that joined us this week, we thank you for sticking it out with us. Things are about to get wonky. So come back next week and see what happens. Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace.